Hey guys, it's Jen Harrison. How are you? So here I am, Facebook Live again, and I really had to work myself up to come on here today. I wanted to talk about law of attraction. It's something that I talk about anyway, almost every day. Either I'm talking to myself about it or I'm talking to other people about it. But I'm like, am I really going to be like every third person in America and talk about law of attraction? But I guess I am. So, if you don't know, I have a therapy slash coaching practice in Merrick, and I do work with people around this law. It's a universal law that governs all of life, really, and especially human beings, and how we operate in the world and how we interact with one another. And if you don't know about law of attraction, a really great book is The Secret. Most people have heard of The Secret. If you're not into reading, either get into reading, or there's also a movie called The Secret. And that will really give you an overview of what law of attraction is. It won't necessarily tell you how to practice law of attraction. And if you need resources on how to practice law of attraction, I can give you some information about that as well. So I started practicing law of attraction probably about, I would say 10 years ago. And I definitely read The Secret as one of my places to start. I was into sort of Buddhism and Buddhist philosophy before that. So I kind of had, the concept. I was beginning to understand the concept of law of attraction. And then as I started to progress, or wanted to progress and wanted to evolve, I realized that I really needed to not just understand law of attraction, I needed to put it into practice in my life. And the first thing I really did was focus on my thoughts. One of the things that's really important about law of attraction, and probably about life in general, is getting control of your thoughts. And I mentioned that in the last video that I did. A lot of people don't understand that your thoughts create your emotions. Right? So if you can control your thoughts, you can control how you feel. All right? This is a big concept. We live in a society where people take no responsibility for their actions or their feelings. Okay? But we can control our feelings and we can control our thoughts. If I tell you right now to think of an apple, you're going to think of an apple. You can change your thoughts. We humans have the ability to do that. All right? So, this is part of what I do when I work with people in my practice is, and specifically my coaching practice, is that I teach people about law of attraction. I teach people how to get control of their thoughts, get control of their emotions, and figure out how to create the life that they want. All right. So I started out, like I said, just let me make my thoughts more positive. Let me make my thoughts more light. And let me tell you, it's work. And the work isn't changing your thought. The work is being committed to that every single day. Is that when your mind starts going off in a direction that doesn't make you feel good, it's kind of like, and I hate to use this analogy, but hopefully this gives you a good visual. Your mind is like a dog, and you hold the leash. So every time your mind starts going off, you have to be like, nope, not today. Nope, not right now. Nope, that doesn't feel good, so I'm not going over there. And it's work, and it's exhausting in the beginning, and then it gets easier and easier and easier. What's happening, now I'm going to get real sciencey on you, is what's happening is you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. Every time that you decide no, and you pull your brain back, right? You change your thoughts. You stop your thoughts, you're creating a new pathway, a neural pathway in your brain, and then it becomes easier and easier and easier to think more positively. All right, so that's what's happening. So that's how I started out, was really conditioning my mind. And then I decided that law of attraction is happening all the time. You pull things into your life, you pull experiences to you all the time. So why not do it deliberately? Why not figure out what it is you really want, which is usually the hard part, by the way. But let's figure out what you really want, and let's deliberately bring that into your life. And one of the ways that I started really practicing law of attraction was by joining my network marketing company. I know you're like, what is this girl talking about? I needed a place to practice. I needed something to practice with. And why not business? Why not with money? Money is one of those things that people are just like, they can't manifest money because there's all these negative things around money and abundance, right? And usually those two things are associated, although abundance doesn't necessarily have to be about money. So anyway, so I joined my network marketing company as a way for me to practice law of attraction. And what happened was I wound up meeting a whole bunch of like-minded people who were on the same mission. And so what happens when you get together with people who are of like-mindedness, it just propels you forward. It doesn't pull you back, it pushes you forward. And we learn from one another, and we're able to grow and really shift the way we feel and be able to bring the experiences that we want for ourselves into our lives more quickly. So let's talk about abundance. I feel like abundance is just a word that's just thrown around, and who the hell knows what abundance means, right? There's this meditation that I listen to, and I usually listen to it at night, and the first line is, you feel abundant. And I change it to I feel abundant. What does abundance feel like? Please tell me. So one of the things with law of attraction is that it's not just about your thoughts. It's about your feelings. It's about creating a feeling state in your body and holding on to that feeling state so you can attract things to yourself. You can attract the same feeling to yourself. Okay, that's one of the ways that you do it. So for me, in terms of attracting abundance and getting into the feeling state of abundance, I really had to think, what makes me feel abundant? So this is what it is. The feeling of abundance for me is being at the top of a roller coaster and being able to see everything around me just before I go down. That's the feeling of abundance for me. It's going to the ocean, going to the beach and looking at the ocean and seeing the vastness of the ocean. There's more than enough water, right? There's not a lack of water. There's more than enough sand at the beach. That's abundance. Sitting there and taking that in and taking, deep breaths and just being with the ocean is that feeling of abundance for me. It's going on a drive. I happen to like driving, not in traffic, by the way. But I like driving and just being on a long road and looking at the sky and the trees and the clouds. Hopefully there's no chemtrails. Just looking at the vastness, the limitlessness of the sky. That's abundance. And I could really just get into it, and I can almost feel like the sky. I could feel free. I could feel open. I could feel like anything is possible because there's so much open space that I can create whatever I want, whenever I want. And I deliberately think of those things as I go through my day. I pay attention. I notice those things. And I hold on to that feeling in my body to be able to attract it. So that's a shortcut. So when you're thinking of abundance and how to attract abundance to yourself, think of those moments. What is it for you that makes you feel free? That makes you feel like there's more than enough? That makes you feel like there's nothing wrong? That makes you feel like I could do anything or anything is possible? Hold on to those, recap those moments. Go back to them deliberately throughout the day so you can start to understand what it feels like, what abundance feels like, so you can attract it. Does that make sense? A lot of times when people talk of law of attraction, they talk about, what you think about most of the time is what you get. You get what you think about most of the time. And that's true, for sure. But the whole purpose of you thinking about something is to feel it. Okay? So it's not so much like mental cognition, using your frontal lobes, which is all good. I would not suggest not using your frontal lobes. However, it's also about getting into the heart of something. Okay, so it's using those words and using visual experiences to tap into the feeling state. So that's what it is, guys. If you want a shortcut to manifesting abundance, manifesting anything in your life, get into the feeling of it. Pay attention to your feelings as you go throughout the day. And if your thoughts are off, pull it back. Just like a dog on a leash. It's a good visual. All right, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later. Bye.